I'm currently reading a book about the dark arts of manipulation. The best way to protect yourself from being the one that's manipulated is to learn all the different strategies there are in manipulation. You know, I get it. Learning manipulative practices may feel wrong to some people. It may feel evil. It may feel dark. You're a happy, honest person. So learning about manipulation might make you feel one way or the other. However, sometimes in regards to self-defense, you have to learn how to punch somebody in the jaw. You don't want to do it, and you hope to God you never have to do it. But when you are put in a situation where you have to deal with a sleazy salesman or dealing with a politician, and we will discuss them here coming up, it's very important to know the telltale signs. You gotta get your hands dirty just a little bit, right? And hopefully you never have to practice it. You use it for defensive purposes, not necessarily only offensive purposes, like these people are doing. But we'll start off with a very simple example. There was like an old street scam. I'm sure it probably is going on, or it probably has like a different face to it now. But there used to be, and I've seen this for myself when I visited New York, and I read it in the book and then I saw it myself. It was actually kind of funny, but like where people would dress up like a Buddhist monk or something like that. And what they'll do is like they'll be trying to give away these prayer beads. So it's a Buddhist monk and he'll be like, oh, he said he's acting all, humble and nice and stuff. And he walks up to you and he tries to put it on your hand. Now I've seen it go different ways. When they put it on your hand, they either like just openly demand a certain price for it and they act like they have a language barrier. $5. No, $5. It's on your wrist now, $5. And out of the guilt, because this is a holy man, this is a very spiritual man. So some people feel guilt tripped into giving them what they want. And sometimes they just say, hey, it's on your wrist now, it's yours, give me the money. Or sometimes they're nicer and be like, well, I would just like a donation for XYZ, right? What they did is they picked on reciprocity. When people have something done for them, they usually feel this human urge to do something back for them. It's just like, you gave me this, so I'm going to give you that, right? So some people will use this in the dark form, right? But who does this the best? And we can all probably guess. Politicians, right? Oh, I'm going to fight for you when I get into office. I'm going to get all these corrupt politicians that are accepting bribes, that are committing these crimes and covering them up. I'm going to fight for you if you elect me for office. And then the second they get in the office, what do? Act like every other politician, and they go kiss the ring of every lobbyist that not lobbyists, briberies, the people that show up to the fundraisers and stuff. It's all a fancy word for bribery. Lobbying, fundraising, super PACs, whatever. Donations. All fancy words for bribes, right? But what is it that they do? Because, oh man, such a senator, such and such, representative, such and such, governor, such and such, whoever is fighting for me, so I have to put my support behind them. See, this is how they manipulate you into getting into power. All they have to do is get their seat, fill that seat in that office. Once they get in there, most people forget they even exist, and that's what they're banking on. So you need to make sure that you're not getting manipulated and giving your power to some people that have nefarious means behind it. Another easy one. Speaking of the old bait and switch, speaking on politicians using the old bait and switch, there's the potential for reward. So people will weaponize reciprocity and rewards to get you to do what they want, right? Think about it like this before we get into the political example, right? When you have a child, you typically have to bribe them to get them to do something. You give them a little piece of candy. You give them a snack. You give them extra screen time. You'll say that they could do something, right? So to get them to get their desired result, you have to give them something. Now, sometimes what you give them is physical. If you vote for me, if you do this and that, you will get some type of money. You'll get a free trip to such and such. Stores use this all the time. Businesses and companies use this all the time. Oh, fill out this application for a free chance to win a trip to Hawaii. Who's ever won a lot of these sweepstakes? Now, I'm not saying you can't, but I'm just saying, realistically speaking, all you did was give them their information so they can call you up, so they can send you a whole bunch of junk mail, so they can send you a whole bunch of emails and promotional things for the next thing and the next thing and next thing. Now you gave them all their information for the potential prize of this trip. You just got manipulated and giving your information away for free, right? But then, a lot of the times too, to this reward thing is something that's intangible. For example, hey, every black person, so-called black person in the world, y'all remember Obama? Yeah, me neither. But, it's a yes, we can. Yes, we can. Can what? A whole bunch of black people got behind Obama because he was the first black president who doesn't want to show you his birth certificate or anything like that. But, I digress, and has ties to the Bushes, but I digress again, But nevertheless, they saw a black man. He's talking kind of cool. He got a little bit of swagger. You know what I'm saying? Ha, I see you out there. Ha ha. You see? They use your emotions for this reward of a new black president who's going to come save everything. We got the black male Harriet Tubman. We got the new Martin Luther King. He's going to fix everything. And what did he do for black people? The good old bait and switch. You see, politicians are the masters of manipulation. Because not only do they do it to the people, they do it amongst themselves. But their level is like chess versus our checkers. We are so easy to fool because, I know a lot of people say you're always ragging on Democrats. Okay, Republicans, y'all get a fancy red hat and a cute little slogan that you could throw out every single time that you're posting something ignorant on Twitter, But a lot of you poor people are realizing, hey, what's happening? I see a lot of rich people getting a lot of cutbacks. I see a lot of the wealthy. I see a lot of the big businesses getting more power. But what happened for you helping the average man? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I do not care about politics, but I have to use these examples because they seem so prevalent right now. You hate and love people based off of the promises that they give you, but either side is always lying to you. Okay, now let's go with one more. Let's just get away from politics and let's go back to relationships, right? A lot of young men, they think that taking a young lady out to dinner means that she's automatically just going to give it up at the end of it. Well, I took you to Red Lobster, so what's up? So we going to get in the back seat or we going back to my place? I gave you dinner, so you give me that throat. You see what I'm saying? It's weird, ain't it? But what is it that they did? It's light level. It's messed up, but that's like very low level manipulation practices. Because I gave you something, you now owe me. On the other side of that spectrum, women will dangle, the idea of sex amongst young men. And you'd be like, oh, I'm going to give it to you. They'll talk all that crazy stuff. They'll get a trip. They'll get a new treat, like a new watch, a new bag, a new this, that, and the third. Oh, I'm going to give it up to you if you give me this. Oh, okay. I'm going to get light levels of manipulation. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm using very silly, playful examples to get the point across, but you can see how these things can be applied everywhere. The next few videos I'll probably be discussing more stuff like this just because it's fresh on my mind. I'm reading the book right now. What I learned, I want to share with y'all. Till the next one.